So first of all, fixed deposit. Fixed deposit is a financial instrument that is provided by any bank or financial institution. It will allow you to deposit a lump sum amount of money for a certain period of time. Fixed deposit is a financial instrument that is provided by any bank or financial institution that allows a depositor to submit a lump sum amount of money for a certain period of time that agreed on an interest rate. It's a very low risk investment. It also helps the investor to invest safely. Next, key features of fixed deposit. Principal amount. The amount which is deposited by the individual in fixed deposit account is known as the principal amount. The principal amount is locked in for a certain period of time, which is known as tenure. Interest rate is provided in 4 different intervals. First one is on monthly basis. In monthly basis, we will get the interest on monthly average, and in quarterly we get paid in once every 3 months. And last one is cumulative. In this, we will get the amount at the end of the maturity of the fixed deposit with the principal amount. Premature withdrawal. In this, we can also get the money with high liquidity. And the last one is taxation. The principal amount is not taxable, but the interest is taxable by the TDS. 40,000 is for general individuals and 50,000 is for senior citizens.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. My name is Sumit Sharma, and I am going to give the deep explanation about the liability products of the bank. Now, liability products of the bank categorized into 2: demand deposit and time deposit. In demand deposit is a type of bank account in which funds can be without prior notice, and it is accessed through various channels like ATM, checks, and online banking for making day-to-day activities. Now, demand deposit can be further categorized into 2: saving account and current account. Saving account is a type of deposit account which is offered by banks and institutions for depositing money safely and earn interest. And these funds are usually used for the emergency funds and short-term goals and for the future expenses. Now, coming to the current account. Current account is a type of bank account in which it is designed for a frequent transaction. Current account is widely used for a business and individuals for making day-to-day operations. Now, recurring deposit is an individual for fixed amount of time for regular intervals, for example monthly. Now, this is it from my side. Now the new topic will be started by Anshul.
Good evening, sir. Good evening to all. My name is Anshul Patidar, and I am here to deliver you about digital banking. First of all, what is digital banking? Sir, digital banking refers to the use of online platforms and mobile applications for performing the financial transactions and deliver many banking services. It enables a customer to perform financial transactions and manage their account.
I am Sarawat Praveen Nayak. I am going to explain the key services of corporate banking. First of all, treasury and cash management. Treasury and cash management. Every corporate banking has to refer a bank for deposit their cash. In corporate banking, bank flows the stock of the business persons and optimize the liquidity. And second one is trade financing. And always corporate persons are want to get income from various sources of them. They trading in national or internationally. In that case, the corporate bank always allowed to make some products, some services to them, like credit of letter and letter trading to them, and without any cross transactions. And third one is merchant services. In these includes POS, point of sale, and e-commerce. That's it. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, all of you. My name is Sai Teja. I am here for home loans and personal loans. Firstly, what is home loan? Home loan is a financial product that gives individual borrows money from the financial institutions, and home loan is a secured loan, and home loan is the borrower receives the money from the bank at a certain rate of interest, and the repayment of the payment is in small installments like EMIs, and there are a lot of some types of home loans are there, and eligibility criteria and the procedure of the home loans. These all will be explained by Mr. Sai. I will record to Sai.
Thank you, Mr. Tejan. A very good evening to all of you guys. I hope you are all very good for listening my words and seeing my PPTs. Now I will explain the topic about the how many types of home loans. Types of home loan is the plot loan, concession loan, home loan, and renovation loan or extension loan. After that, we will see the eligibility. Who is the eligibility person of the house loans? The next one slide, please. The eligibility criteria we have to depend on firstly KYC, know your customer, and we have to see in the documents of the KYC. After that, CIBIL score. The customer who is applied for the home loan, the customer is eligible or not. We have to see in that person with the CIBIL score. Third one is source of income. So interest. Thank you for this giving the opportunity. Sir, now this will be managed by Mr. Vasan.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. My name is Osman Kumar. I am today explaining to you about personal loan. What is a personal loan? Personal loan is a type of loan given by bank which doesn't require any collateral or security from the customer, and the money repaid within a particular duration by the customer called as EMIs. And
the scheduled bank can avail loans and the other facilities from the RBI. As like there are loan which are given in the discounted rate to the scheduled bank, and the other facilities that they can make interbank transaction with each other. And the fourth one, the facilities are to the scheduled bank. They can apply for the clearing houses. Clearing houses, none other bank than scheduled bank. I want to call my next member. He will explain more about scheduled bank.
Scheduled banks are two types. First is commercial banks and second is cooperative bank. Commercial bank is a financial institution that provide service, gives loans and take deposit from the customer, are known as commercial bank. Example of commercial bank: State Bank of India, HDFC Bank, Canara Bank, etc. Now second is cooperative banks. Cooperative bank is a small bank, financial institutions that its member were customers and owners of this bank. They are regulated by RBI. Example of cooperative banks: Janta Sahakari cooperative banks, and Bharat cooperative banks, and Punjab State cooperative banks.
Good evening, everyone. I am Rasmi Ranjan. So today I will discuss about the RTGS. So RTGS, first of all, we know that bank is a financial institution, and there is two types of transaction is happening. One is cash transaction and another one is credit transaction. So first of all, if we say about the credit transaction, there are all the loans and loans will be covered. And in the cash transaction, where totally the cash is involved, developed, and cash withdrawal, deposit, everything is covered. And where cash is not involved, that is called as non-cash transaction.
Good evening, all of you. Without wasting my time, I directly continue with the RTGS. I will tell about the RTGS future key. The RTGS full form is real time gross settlement. The name says two features of the RTGS. One is real time, another is gross settlement. Okay, another next secure and real high value of transaction, mix and minimum and maximum limit, and last one is processing time. First, real time. In RTGS, the transaction is done within instant time, and in that without waited for that batch time. Second one is gross settlement. Gross settlement, in which the transaction will be settled in individually, not waited for the dependent on other transaction. Third one is high value transaction. The RTGS is controlled by the central bank, our RBI bank. Okay, then I will hand over to the next.
Hello friends, I am Rajat Singh. I will discuss about the money laundering. Money laundering is the process of making large amount of money generated by the criminal activities, such as like drug trafficking, terrorism, funds, and corruption appears to have to come from legitimate sources. Banks are key from the money laundering because they handle large amount of money. These are three stages of money laundering: placements, layering, and integration. Now I'll tell you about Gopinath.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Gopinath. The topic is about anti-money laundering. Anti-money laundering (AML) is a set of rules, regulations, and procedures that financial institutions use to prevent suspicious activity. AML is very useful for global financial security and economics of member countries.
Thank you, Atul, for giving me opportunity. So basically, I will discuss about the NBFCs. So what are the NBFCs? NBFCs are non-banking financial companies. As we know that NBFCs do not require any license. It requires license, but in a secondary state. Secondly, NBFCs cannot accept deposit from lending money and investment. Thirdly, it has a different way of banking, which is not regulated by RBI, but it's a part of an RBI Act. Mostly, it focuses on DICGC, which is known as Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporations. Primarily, and the main focus of the NBFC is to focus on lending money and providing the financial states. Thank you for. I would like Mohammed Jilan to continue the topic.
The last 3 minutes. So, my main is converted. The limit says minimum 1 rupee, maximum 2 lakhs. And then the futures, Indra Bank, the customer transfers the money one bank to another bank. And then the sales transfer money that time 2005. That the NEFT can be transferred with that bank. And the cost efficiency is less benefits, speed, and security, and low cost efficiency.
My name is Ravinder, and my topic is currency. Currency is the physical process of money which is used to exchange and buy goods and services. In general, currency is in the form of paper notes and coins. Currency is backed by the central bank, which eliminates any risk of default. Currency can be bought and sold on the currency foreign exchange.
So basically, my name is Sandeep Gupta, and I just covered the IMPS. So basically, IMPS is a immediate payment service, and it is very fastest service payment service in India, and it is initiated by RBI and launched by NPCI, National Payment Corporation of India, and launched in 2010 with 4 banks: SBI, UBI, and Bank of India, and 4th one is the ICICI. So basically, IMPS. So minimum limit is 1 rupees and maximum limit is 5 lakhs, and you can transfer the 30 lakhs approx in 1 day. And so it is if you want to access IMPS through mobile banking, internet banking, and to use the ATM. So
thank you, sir. Good evening, all. I'm Shrikant. Today I want to discuss about the topic inflation. As we all know about inflation, inflation is a substantial and rapid increase in the general price level. If demand of a object increases, we know the price of the object is in market higher and higher. So it is the inflation, and it causes decline in purchasing power and value of money. Inflation is a state in which the value of money is falling. Inflation, as we see in 1972, when we go with 1,000 rupees to a mall, we purchase many of items. But after 1992 and after 2012, it will become less things that we can purchase from a shopping mall. Inflation, we thought about inflation that inflation does not mean the price it rises in all area is the same amount. Inflation mainly depends on the market, and it will increase across the market. Next, I want to invite Yash for the further topics.
Thank you, Shrikant. Good evening, everyone. I am W. Kumar. I am going to discuss about type of inflation based on the rate of rise in price. Okay, sir. First is creeping inflation, second is walking inflation, third is running inflation, fourth is galloping inflation, and fifth is hyperinflation. About creeping inflation, when the inflation rate is below 3% per year, then it comes into creeping inflation. Second one is walking inflation. When inflation rate lies between 3 to 5%, it lies on walking inflation. It is good for sustainable growth of economy of a country. Now, galloping inflation. When inflation rates above 10%, it comes under galloping inflation. And hyperinflation, when price of a product increase very drastically, about 100% per year, then it becoming hyperinflation. Now I would like to invite Arya Ujjwal to come and explain about second type of.
Good evening. I am Arya Ujjwal. I will explain about demand pull inflation. When the liquidity or cash is more in the economic in the market, people are demand to the buy products and goods, take the services. That's called a demand of pull inflation. That's all. Thank you.
Hi everyone, myself Divyansu. I am here about to complete my friend's part. This is the parts of the branch opening and closing, hobby, closing and branch opening in the vault. So here is the some entry in the FlexCube. At the time of BOD, we are use the 601 code, and at the time of the closing, we are ending the BOD 602. 7. Next slide. 6. 5. Now the main important parts of the vault is the vault movement. How we move the cash in the vault and how we